Can you fucking believe it? The Scar and Toph show is back? What? Is it really true? Can he really fly? It's a deep pull if anybody knows what that's a reference to. Anybody? Can he really fly? That's one of my favorite lines in a Christopher Nolan movie. Anybody? Alright, well, it's Batman Begins. What year is it? It must be 20XX. It must be. What is my camera doing? Dude, I did the Bond impression last night before ending the stream and it just messed my camera up. How can I... How's this? Is this any better? Feels like far away or something. Whatever. This is what we got, okay? This is what we got. Just waiting for Toph. Oh my goodness, I think he's calling me already. Toph. Is it possible that you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So...
I'm live already, so the people can hear you.
Oh, okay, I need your webcam.
I will deactivate my webcam.
Let's do the thing where
and then
we capture
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna capture it in Discord.
Yes.
I still haven't gotten like a proper dedicated overlay for the show. Hopefully by next show we'll have that. Because we have the overlay that has our two faces, but we don't have one that has like a third guy. You know?
Yes.
The spot.
Dude, you know what? Are you using OBS?
I am using OBS. I'm using OBS Studio.
There should be a button on the right of OBS that says start virtual camera. I'm using the virtual camera right now. Do you see me like hecka fine in Discord?
Yeah, virtual camera works. I mean, the only thing is that...
so if you want, you could do both. Or I could just deactivate. I think maybe I should deactivate because now you have
the
this
only
weird
problem.
sub
No,
goal.
so only one of us can use the virtual camera because if I use it, because unfortunately with the virtual camera you're outputting your OBS feed.
Okay, so we would get into an infinite loop problem.
Exactly.
Which who knows if that's a problem? If we're being real.
Well, there's the demon.
You're right. I'm just gonna stop this virtual camera nonsense. I'm gonna stop this virtual camera.
You can do it. I think
no,
you
I
can do
can't do it because I want you. I want your face.
On your thing. Okay, well then you can't do it. Yeah.
I can't do it.
Well, we can try. Maybe it look funny. You wait. You want to do it and see what it looks like?
I don't even. I swear to God, I don't even want to do it, dude. I'm actually afraid of the demon. I'm telling you truthfully, I'm afraid of the demon. Okay, so I'll just full screen us, and then I will use my React.
Yeah,
it's done. It's done. Look at this.
Okay,
look at this. This is perfect. Yeah. And I'm just gonna. This will be my overlay. It's just gonna say.
Yeah, I just captured Discord. I had like a kind of outline looking thing, and then I just captured the Discord.
This is the overlay. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do the people think? You like this?
I'm actually gonna, dude. I just realized I need to dial Fizzi in before I. I'm gonna dial Fizzi in like now because
is just so perfect.
If I don't dial him in, then when he joins the call, it's gonna fuck the whole thing up. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, where's Spencer? Where's Spencer, dude? Spencer would be proud.
There's like a real complaint I've noticed from actual production types that the Discord video call interface is so shit, and it completely shuffles how everyone's organized when someone joins or leaves the call.
Yeah, that is suboptimal, I would say. It does start. We're not live. I mean, this is the pre-show basically.
The pre-show.
Yes, I got my
my
Golden Guardian shirt on. I love this shirt from that tournament, dude.
I might even throw mine on too, unless it's a little too on the nose.
On what nose, Toph?
Right. Well, no, on the nose of the fact that it's like, are they doing a thing? Why are they both doing a Golden Guardians thing? What's going on? Kind of thing. Is there another octagon? If we both are matching, it makes it a thing.
It does make it a thing.
Actually, I can wear my. Dude, this one's actually hype. This is the one I got. This one. I'm gonna put this one on actually because it says Scar and Toph on it.
Ooh. I see it. I have that in my.
I'll throw this on in a second.
What would it? Hang on, I got a tweet that we're live.
Sure. Just say live with the pre-show or whatever. Oh, we gotta record the thing, dude. Are you down to record the thing?
Dude, Blur tweeting that he wants to take credit
for the Scar and Toph show.
Yes.
Okay, here's how I'm gonna look at it. Here's how I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it as if you do anything in this world that Blur takes credit for, then you must be doing something right. Remember, Blur takes credit for Zayn's Marth. So.
I can't stand for it, dude.
I was trying to explain to Karen. Karen was like, you and Bobby, in particular Bobby, are very mean to Blur. And I had to, I was like explaining to her like why we're mean to him. Sorry, where is this tweet? I don't even see it. Oh, is it like a reply?
He replied to your tweet. He replied to you, and I saw.
Can I take? That's actually all he said. He didn't even explain. He just said, "Can I take credit?" Because I want to take credit. Can I take credit? I don't even remember the context of that. I think it's a good thing when the Blur wants to take credit. I don't think it's a good thing that he does take credit.
Are you live, or am I the only one live? By the way.
No, I'm going live at noon. How do I add?
Maybe I'll tweet at noon.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. The diehards can get in now or whatever. How? Okay. Why is it so hard to add to a video call? Where's add to a video call? There we go. Add friends to DM. There we go. Okay. Now
the Fizzster.
I think I can work on.
Can I call Fizzi the Fizzster? What do y'all think?
Yes. I think you can. I think it's well within your right.
Is it the Scar and Toph show? Is it the Toph and Scar show? Do we need to revisit this?
My overlay is the Scar and Toph show. So we'll just call it. Hey, what's up, dude?
Fizzi.
All right, Fizzi. Do you know about the legendary problem where you don't actually know how a Discord thing is gonna look, a Discord window is gonna look in an overlay until all of the people are in the voice call, and if one person leaves or joins, it throws the whole thing off. Do you know about that?
Oh yeah, because like the cameras move around or whatever.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
I know. Some people use like OBS Ninja or whatever to set up cameras or whatever instead of doing it on.
True. Could look at doing that next time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never used it other than like sending my camera to someone else, but.
Right. That's a good point, actually. We used that. I used that in the past, and it was.
Hey, does anybody know what are the fixed width fonts? Can somebody hit me with a fire fixed width font?
New.
Courier
Oh,
new.
like a good one.
Just
Oh, I like Roboto Mono. That one's sick, I think.
I'm gonna try to find it. Come on, baby. Come on, Roboto Mono. Dude, I don't have it. Anything else?
The Slippi website uses a Roboto.
Really?
Dude, why don't I have it?
told
It's
you it was
just
sick.
so whack.
Were you happy when I said Roboto, Fizzi? Where you were like, ooh.
I actually use
Roboto's
Roboto.
a good font.
It is.
Yeah.
Smash GG uses it too.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I don't know if it's the mono one though. Might just be.
You were more. Were you more front end or you were more back end at Smash GG?
I did everything. Most
Yeah,
people,
really.
most people at Smash GG did everything, but
That makes sense. Startup, we're more hats in general.
yeah. Although I specialized probably more in back end.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. All right, now let me capture Fizzi.
I'm gonna go brush my teeth though. Oof,
Yeah,
God.
no, totally.
Knocked my
Hype.
water over.
Dental
But
hygiene,
yeah,
super
I
important.
I just woke up like 30 minutes ago, so this is interesting.
It's amazing.
I'll try to be alive.
You got this,
Yeah,
dude.
totally.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about
Alright.
it.
We
I'll
got
be
your back.
Mm-hmm. Twitch chat in the mix.
Look at this. Look at this. This is just like I just feel like I have an eye for design right now. You know,
Well, I haven't really been looking at your
I just have like a
1 second. Let me look at. I haven't been
just
looking at your
some
stream.
crazy intuition. You know.
Yeah. 1 sec. Dude, that looks good. That looks. You know what that looks like? This is what's the word for it? You know,
Four
it's like
letters. 4 letters. 4 letters.
I was gonna say it looks like modern, maybe even postmodern.
Maybe even we might even be postmodern Toph. That is the era of the Scar and Toph show, dude. We're in the postmodern Scar and
Postmodern
Toph show
era.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that's so sick.
I just messed it all up. Okay, it's fixed again.
All right, I guess we're pretty much ready. Oh, dude, you want to record the thing real quick?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I think
whether I want to or not, it must be done.
All right, so chat, you're gonna be wondering, Scar's chat rather. I'm not live yet. You're gonna wonder what this is for, and don't worry about it. Don't worry too much about it. We're
This
just
is
gonna
just a
record the
sneak
one.
peek of a thing.
It's a sneak peek of a thing. Yes. So what's
When
the
I
best
say
way to-
my stuff, you have to be quiet, and when you say your stuff, I have to be quiet, right? So-
unless you do local audio recording, you're on a Windows, right?
yes.
Open up a voice recorder.
I was just gonna. Oh, ooh.
Voice recorder's dope because it'll filter out all the shit that I say.
I don't have voice recorder.
Right, really? Which one, Windows?
I am in Windows.
Sound recorder? Is it called sound recorder? Type in recorder.
Steps recorder.
Really? Recorder. Shit, I thought it just came with Windows. Okay, well then, all right, then just record.
I'm just gonna
with
OBS it.
OBS?
Yeah, but can you be quiet when I read my lines?
Then wait, just dude. Okay, click on desktop audio. Just mute that, and then that'll mute me. Then that'll really make sure.
Oh, you're a legend. You're right. I'll just.
You'll
mute
still be
that.
able to hear me, but so momentarily your chat won't be able to hear me, but it's fine.
You're just a legend. You're completely
Yeah.
correct. Okay, I'll do that. Where do I find the lines again? You sent them to me somewhere?
In Slack, if you scroll up to yesterday.
Hell yes.
And I start, so I'm just gonna start. I go first. Testing, recording. Okay, don't matter. Okay. Okay, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This summer, spectator experience like no other.
12 mentors.
One winner.
These players will have their mentality challenged. In a quest to see what player can grow the most with the help of a top player coach. Team combo.
Team combo.
We got to try that again.
The last one?
Yeah. Do you want to do 3, 2,
Introducing.
1?
Sure. Sure. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Team combo.
combo. They can just splice the audio around, so it's like fine.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay, fine. I mean,
One,
they can literally just
two.
move. They can edit it. Okay, fine.
1, 2, 3. Team combo.
Why did you slow down on the combo that time?
I slowed down, but
Because I was slow last. Okay. One more time. Count us down.
3, 2, 1. Team combo.
Combo. That was perfect. I think that's perfect.
Team combo.
People again.
All right.
Chat's so confused.
We crushed it. We crushed it. We
we
crushed
crushed
it.
I'm also confused.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't overthink it.
We're just multitasking.
Yeah, we're just multitasking. Okay, I'm just gonna send it to him later. All right, team Toph, team combo, perfect. Okay, yeah, I think we're ready. My overlay looks good.
I have to do another one. I have to redo one.
overlay thing.
These players will have their mentality challenged.
Sick.
Someone
Why'd
told
you
me
have to redo that one?
Someone in chat told me
They didn't like that one.
they didn't like it.
Weird. Wow. Wonder what they didn't like about it. I thought all of them were fine.
I need a pop filter. How do I get one?
Talk to Spencer for recommendations, probably.
Talk to Spencer.
It's like usually how these things start.
Talk to Spencer.
Okay. Let me do a little tweet. You can do a little tweet. You already probably did your tweet.
I just did it.
Okay.
Are you live right now? Because it says
I
live
just
right
clicked the
now.
go live. Yep, I just clicked the go live button.
All right. So anybody who wants to go to Toph's channel, feel free to do that now. He
Well,
will have
you're
the
gonna
official. You'll
stay
have the
live, right?
official recording, right? The one that goes on YouTube.
Yes. And to that note, thank you for the resub. I should turn off my sub notifications probably because they're. Maybe I can make them really small and turn the audio off. That's what I'll do. I'll make them small and I'll turn the audio off. Yeah, I love the recording that goes on YouTube because I got a nice little overlay. It's like looks pretty good. Everyone popping in. What's up? I'm just gonna. Dude, I really.
I love when I put on the Melee theme music, dude. It just feels like the Scar and Toph show when I hear.
It does, right? Oh, it's great. Woo! Yeah, because we used to have it playing. Well, you know, we used to play it from the actual system, the console. That was the best thing about it. People probably thought we went, found YouTube, blah blah blah, Melee theme
I
extended.
know it's
Hell
YouTube
no.
now.
Now it's YouTube, but back in the day, that was directly sourced from the, What is it? All widgets. Just gotta make sure that. I gotta make sure that I don't have my sub notification and shit. Thanks for bearing with us, by the way, Fizzi, as we get set up. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Hell yeah.
It's a little groggy, but I'll get over it.
Nice.
I think I streamed till like 3 a.m. last night. So.
Oh, I tuned in at like midnight for a little bit. I did.
Yeah.
I tuned in at like midnight for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was very it was fun.
It's surprising that people seem to enjoy it to me, but it's cool.
I did a coding stream once and I felt the same way. I was like, oh, people are more into this than I thought they would be. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn off my notification settings. All right, I think we're ready. I think we're ready for the what is up with it. Okay, I made my tweet.
I think I just figured out push to mute. I'm actually so hype right now.
Because of the Melee music?
Okay, you can hear me right now, right?
Uh-huh.
What about now?
I'm ready.
I just figured out push to mute.
Oh!
So I can say thanks to the
To like
people.
to a sub or
Oh,
something.
shoutouts.
Yeah, do you do push to mute or do you do
I didn't do anything before. I did everybody could hear everything I say.
Oh, and you just type in the chat or something if you had to.
Thank you, O1 Jupiter. What I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything.
I was hoping I could hear the Melee music, but unfortunately I couldn't. I can unmute Scar stream. There it is.
Toph, I can't hear you anymore though. Did you just change to something? Are you saying?
I'm back.
Did
I'm
you
back.
push to mute?
You can hear me now?
I can now.
Good. Catch that reference?
No.
I gotta close 8 million browser tabs. As it turns out.
Hey, can I ask you if you get the reference? Can he really fly?
Yeah.
You know what that movie's
No.
from?
Can he really fly?
Can he really fly?
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm actually not 100% sure I catch that. What is that from?
This is my favorite line from a Christopher Nolan movie. Does that help?
Dark Knight Rises?
Batman Begins. Batman
it's
Begins
the-
is when he's first wearing his costume and he's beating up, you know, what's his name's men. And they're like
Yeah.
freaking out. They're like, oh my god. Is he a man? Whatever. No, actually, it's at the part where they're dumping all the stuff into the water mains. And Scarecrow's like looking
Oh.
around. It's the Batman. And then one random guy off screen's like, can he really fly? It's like talking about Wizzy. Can he really reaction check chase me to 0 to death every single time? It's just
You
such
know-
a sad way that he says it.
So you know I actually haven't seen Batman. I've only seen Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. Which is kind of weird. I've seen the movies 2 and 3 in the trilogy.
Fizzy, what do you think about that?
If you guys do any references, I will probably not get them.
That's cool. I'm fine with that.
I'll watch Batman Begins. The face you made told me that I need to watch Batman Begins.
I just find it interesting that you watch movies 2 and 3 of a trilogy.
I feel like, I feel like Heath Ledger Joker was like such a big deal when Dark Knight came out. I wasn't the biggest DC fan. I was more a Marvel fan. And then Batman Begins came out. I was like, I could probably I don't have to watch that. I'm not the biggest Batman fan. But then people were so big on the Heath Ledger Joker thing, and I had to watch Dark Knight. And I'm glad I did.
You just have to.
And
hear
I
that
just
one
never,
line.
and I never went back. Yeah, and I never went back to watch the first one. But you know which voice I actually thought you were making?
Who's?
I thought you were doing the homie. Why are we here, Master Wayne?
Alfred. What's his name?
Yeah, what's his name?
Michael
He's
Caine.
Michael Caine. Yeah,
Michael
I thought you
Caine,
were doing
dude.
Master Wayne.
That guy's so
I
sick.
thought you were doing that guy. I fucking love that guy.
He's so sick.
He's so sick. He's so sick.
You ready to start?
I'm ready to start. Let's do it. We haven't fully started until you what is up with it. Us.
What is up with it? Welcome to the Scar and Toph Show Season X, Episode Y.
That's right.
We're here with a very special guest, perhaps the savior of Melee, Fizzi.
What's
Fizz.
up, guys?
My first
What's up,
question
dude?
is, how are you doing, Fizzi? It's great to
I'm
see
doing pretty
you.
good. Yeah, I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Hell yeah. Am I
I'm
still
excited to have you.
wait, hang on. My camera's still lagging? Oh, you mother. Dude, I've been pissed at my computer recently. I've been
I'm
pissed at my
pissed at your
computer recently.
computer
Look
too.
at my
Tell us
stream.
why.
My camera is like a slideshow.
What is gain?
All
Why?
of them are actually.
Well, yeah, all of them are. It's actually just the
How do I
stream.
lower it?
Oh my god. I guess I should. Discord's using 40% of my CPU. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Oh god, I need to hide your chat. I need to not see the when's ranked
Oh, that's
messages.
true.
Yeah, just hide it. You gotta hide it.
How do we get Spencer? Can I get Spencer to like fix it? I mean, I guess it's not a big deal. If they can hear us, it's fine. We could also just make your stream the official stream. But damn, Discord's using so much of my fucking CPU. I guess I could just not.
You look fine to me.
Yeah, his camera's fine on Discord, but I
On
think
Discord, it's fine. Okay, I closed my
OBS.
OBS in conjunction with. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm closing out of all my browser windows, and I'm going to look at chat with my Chatterino, which is a lot more lightweight. And that should probably do it. That fixed it. Okay. Wow, dude, what happened to the modern web browser?
Yeah.
I guess that's a question for Fizzy.
I don't
Maybe it
know.
is.
Chrome destroys everything for me too.
Mhm.
I have too much open, so.
All right. Sorry about that. I think we're ready now. I think I'm actually broadcast. I look good. Chat, I look good. I'm looking at chat with Chatterino so I can see you guys again. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
What does it mean that my gain is high? What is
It's like
gain?
a microphone. Like your gain's like your microphone's turned up to like. Maybe
Yeah.
they're saying it's capturing too much. I think you sound fine.
Hey, you sound fine on Discord, I think.
Oh, you know what they might be saying? They might be saying that you're picking up ambient noise, which I don't really care about. Like your clicks are kind of loud when you click your mouse, but like I don't care. I kind of want to know when you're clicking and stuff. You know.
What is your profession?
I feel like it's bringing me into the. Feels like I'm there in the room with you. You know.
It's true. I do see it going up every time I click.
Hmm.
Login expired. Dude, what is going on with software? How did I log out of Chatterino? I haven't even opened up Chatterino. Come on.
Just always whisper. I could do that.
That's really funny. Okay, you try to fix that. Okay, I can tell you how to turn down gain if you want.
I mean, I could lower the thing in the audio mixer by a little bit. I could lower myself.
Dude, I'm so annoyed that I have to use Chatterino. It's actually the most annoying thing. Because it won't let me log in and I can't see what my people are saying.
Toph, do you mind if I just talk to Fizzi?
Just talk to Fizzi, dude. Just go.
Fizzi, you mentioned you don't want to read the when's ranked. Are you feeling the pressure, man? How are you feeling about your new role?
I mean, obviously there's pressure, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't not feel it. I think it's not like. It's generally, like, sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but generally it's not too much of an issue. I just know that I have stuff I need to get out before I can, like, really... I think it's, like, really close where I can finally, like, dedicate all of my time to ranked. And I'm hoping that once I can do that, it hopefully won't take too long. And when I say that, it's probably on the order of, like, some months, but...
Yes.
Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of people, like, I get messages sometimes that's like, yo, is rank coming out tomorrow? And I'm like, what made you think that it was going to be tomorrow? No one ever said anything.
Yeah. Well, because, you know, to the average consumer, all you have to do is add a number, you know? To the average consumer, it seems like an easy change. But if you work in software and technology, you understand that sometimes there's a lot that has to happen to make a good service, a good system.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to it. Like, the UX alone is a lot of work. And also, but I think what people kind of miss is, like, dealing with stuff like stalling, cheating, bad connections, smurfing. Like, if smurfing's even something we would consider fixing, but, like, there's just, like, so many of these side things to make ranked a good experience that add a ton of time.
Yeah. For sure.
Dude, you were talking on Twitter the other day. The guy posted the clip of the Mario up being infinitely under battlefield, wall jumping, and you were like, if someone does this in ranked, how do I detect it? And oh, damn.
So it's funny, because I had already thought of that before, right? Before I made that tweet, and it's like...
Downstalling.
Yeah, how do I deal with this? Actually, I actually talked to Axe about that one. I was like, what are all the ways people can stall? Because I figured Axe would know, right?
Resource, yeah.
And he gave me the list of, like, the really common ones. He said the one under Battlefield wasn't too big of a deal because I think he was like, yeah, they're just gonna die eventually. But I don't know, maybe if someone got really good at it, I guess because I think normally your wall jumps, like, they make you fall. Like, you can't keep wall jumping forever, and eventually you do fall. But maybe with the up B it works. I don't know. But yeah.
Just wait for somebody to do it, dude.
What if someone wobbles to 999?
Yeah, I mean, that's another one, right?
Right.
That one's different too. It's different because. So I guess I'll just say, like, kind of something I was thinking about as a solution, right? I was like, maybe at a random interval I can, like, spawn, not exactly a random interval, but if I notice there hasn't been an interaction, I can spawn an item that lands somewhere on stage at, like, a little bit of a randomized time. And if someone grabs it, it just kills the other opponent. It kills the opponent immediately, just, like, right away, right? So if you're on stage and you have control, you can just immediately kill the other person regardless of what they're doing. That's a potential solution. I don't know if I end up going with that.
Right.
But with wobbling, it doesn't work, right? Because the wobbler could just keep wobbling you, and you can't do anything. So for that one, maybe you just, you know, there's already
really
like a wobbling. There's already a wobbling break code where, like, wobbling doesn't actually work. So maybe, like, we turn that on at, like, 300% or something, so that the wobble will just end at 300%. I don't know. I mean, those are just, you know, ideas. I think I'll definitely discuss with some more people and try to figure out the best way handle
Dude,
those
how much of this sort of thing, like, developing stuff for Melee, how much of it is stuff that you write on your own, and how much of it is kind of pulling from the other developers? Because it does feel like there's a lot of overlap. And it's just
What do you mean by other developers? Like
20x, for example.
Oh.
Well, no, like for example, like 20x, like you said, like the wobbling breakcode. That's someone already implemented. Or like I don't know. I feel like I read this treatise on how rollback netcode works in general, and a lot of it has to do with you need to make sure you can load a game state in under 1 frame, and fortunately that was something that we already had the ability to do in Melee because we had save stating.
We didn't have the ability to do that really.
Oh, you had to do that, raw.
Yeah. I would say most things are things that we have to add, right? Like I mean, we can pull from some of the community codes for like more generic things, like the wobbling fix. But I think most of it has been stuff we had to write ourselves.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah, the save state stuff, because we had Dolphin save states, right? But Dolphin save states are actually notoriously slow. They're not good. They weren't good enough to do rollback. And if you think about like 20xx save states or whatever, those probably would be fast enough, but they're not complete enough. So like they don't actually restore everything. And obviously you have to make sure that the state is identical to when you save the state exactly. Otherwise, everything will just break. So,
including apparently the position of Fox's tail and things like that.
Oh yeah, that's a separate thing. That's just I blame someone at HAL Labs for that one. They didn't properly decouple their code, and there's just some weirdness going on.
Okay. Did you hear about that one, Bobby? There was a big issue with Fox desyncs involving his tail.
I did hear about it. I don't know about it, but I did hear about it.
I posted an image on Twitter, which is like it's like a diff. It's like a diff of the tail positions on the same frame, given like if you fast forwarded certain frames. So you just see like one tail is like this, and then the other tail is like this, and then there's just like a little coloration around it. And so if the spacing is just perfect, it hits the hitbox on one client and not on the other hurtbox.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude.
And it's crazy how much it happens too, because it's like when like a lot of the desyncs that we saw even recently at Gallant, I think, were foxtail desyncs, and there was like at the top level the spacing's so good that like just those tiny differences in position.
Yeah, I almost wonder if it happens more often because like IBW is so good. I was like, wow, it happens to IBW every time. What's going on? And
maybe he just dashes away like perfectly every time. Just like makes you whiff.
It wouldn't surprise me. He's a good player. Dude, I was saying to Bobby, I was just like, really, I think ranked is going to be huge for Melee in general. Like, for reasons that, okay, Bobby, you were just mentioning like to the average layman, like they don't see all of what goes into it.
Yeah.
And I feel like with ranked, it's almost the same way. Where like there's so many considerations that like, yeah, it's like, oh, cool, we're going to be able to compete and have a shiny badge or whatever. But it's also like, better for newcomers, and that's why Fizzi. That's why there was the thing to kind of have some soft matchmaking at the lower ranks, and it's better for content. It's better for there's so many kind of unforeseen things that are going to be super dope about it that I'm really excited about.
Absolutely.
Me too, man.
Absolutely. And a big question that I wanted to ask you, Fizzi, is so just to cut to the chase, I would like to know what you could do with more resources. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, actually, somebody mentioned that you had that question. It's a really good question. I think more resources, what it gets me, and there has to be like a level of resources where it's like enough, right? And it's like
absolutely.
The only thing that it gets me really is that right now I can only fund myself as a full-time developer, right?
Exactly.
And I think more resources, what it gets me is like the ability to hire someone or maybe multiple people.
Yeah.
But that level is pretty. It feels kind of far, and it also has to be like very consistent income because I can't like hire someone and all of a sudden I can't pay them, or I'm like digging into my money to pay them. So.
Are you comfortably full-time? Can I ask that? Is that an appropriate question?
Yeah, sure. Right now, with how my Patreon's doing, I would say I'm comfortably full-time, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that includes also, the server costs, which I think I've mentioned on Twitter. Are right now the server costs are about $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
which isn't too bad in terms of server cost, but it's definitely non-negligible.
Right. And
Yeah.
as more people play, I suppose you'd have to pay more, or is that something that would be fixed?
It depends. I think the servers can scale pretty well as is, so I'm sure they could support more people. But I'm sure, I mean, there's got to be a breaking point. There always is. I don't know exactly where it is.
Yeah, definitely. And are there people with the skills to come on as another developer if you had the funds to pay them?
I mean, that's tricky. The skill set, especially to do kind of like everything, especially like to do the assembly stuff and then and so on, is really rare. No programmer really knows assembly very well. But I mean, there's other sides that are very useful. So it doesn't even necessarily need to be an assembly programmer. Hard to say. It's hard.
A pain in the butt, right? So that would be a whole thing you have to do.
Absolutely. I mean, or I could just bring on some people that have been working on it already, cause some contributors. Cause I don't really pay any contributors. It's all open source contributions.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that means they need a job, right? They can't just work on Slippi. So I mean potentially. I would assume if I were to bring on somebody full time, it might be one of those people first.
And what's we got a question for a link to your Patreon. Patreon.com/ is it Fizzi and some numbers?
Fizzi 36, yeah.
Fizzi 36, okay.
Fizzi 36.
Yeah.
Can one of my mods add that as a chat command, by the way? Like a link to Fizzi's Patreon? It might even be in there. It might literally just be !Fizzi.
One of the things that Toph and I were talking about was as a regular segment on the Scar and Toph show, because what we were thinking we needed to do, actually I can't even say we, I need to say Toph, and I've got to give Toph all the credit in the world, because Toph has been thinking about the community and what we need to do to get a little bit more organized, We need a little bit more glue. I think we all know that. The connective tissue is not there. So maybe we, the Scar and Toph show, can play the role of connecting some of those dots and kind of helping the right and the left hands of the community to be working together, because it feels a little bit disconnected. And one of the ideas we had was almost like reviewing the Melee economy. We'll look at Mango's sub numbers, we'll look at your Patreon numbers, and we're gonna have like a stock index, so that we can grow awareness of where your money can go. But the other thing, here's the good news, is Ludwig is doing great, okay? And so I have a mind to speak to Ludwig and ask him to, contribute to some degree.
Might.
I think he might be very happy to do that, and then we don't feel so. To me, it doesn't feel so far away from having the ability to pay somebody, maybe not a competitive salary, but some amount of money for a year's worth of work.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find people to do it, That's another concern I have in the back of my mind, is like if there just aren't people who can really help and accelerate things.
Yeah, it's also tricky because it's like if I do hire someone full time, do I take on more of a managerial role? And does that actually slow progress instead of increase progress? So I've certainly thought about it to some extent, and I mean what I've come to so far is that just I think right now it's just maybe not worth it. I don't know.
It might not be, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing.
It might not be. Is there should we have like a different discussion about that? I don't want to talk business on stream if that's not necessary, but I don't know, maybe there's a way we could figure it out. I want you to have support. That's what I want. If you need project management help, I bet we could make it happen. Because, project manager doesn't need to be full-time.
Yeah.
You could have somebody just come in once a week, and then you don't have to do management stuff necessarily,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to know up front, how that stuff would work. Sometimes you add people and things get worse. So I don't know. I don't know for sure.
You didn't do engineering managing when you were at Smashy, for example. You were just solo, you were in a
yeah, I was more of an IC. I think I did do some mentorship and stuff because I was kind of more senior.
Sure.
But I didn't do the management.
Right. What about? I mean, there are people that aren't there other contributors, to Slippi right now that I guess they're not full time though, right? They're just kind of contributors. They're open source contributors, so it's not quite the same level of commitment that
Yeah, although some people are doing awesome stuff, like in
Right.
putting in a ton of work. So like, I think those guys are awesome. It's
Mhm.
it's not like I don't feel supported at all. Like right now. So
Absolutely, yeah.
I have a team that I talk to, and then like a bunch of people are really excited about helping and contributing and stuff, and they're all great. So I don't feel alone.
That's great. That makes me
Mhm.
feel good. Well, if it happens that there is somebody or some buddies who you feel are like ready, that you wouldn't have to manage. If you already know who it might be and you just need the cash money, then maybe, and I know you could reach
Maybe
out
that
to
makes
Bud
the
yourself,
conversation
but
quicker, yeah.
I just want you to know that we've got your back too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good to know. Yeah, it's something to just keep considering. I think right now, up until the end of ranked, I don't think there's a need to change too much.
Yeah.
But things might change a little bit after that, because I think ranked is the last thing I really actually promised. And I think it's probably the most impactful thing I can do at this time, which is great. After that, I think it gets a little bit different. It's like, do you start having diminishing returns about how useful certain things you do are? What do you prioritize? There's a lot of possibilities after.
Sparta!
Do you want to know what I
What
think
is
is the
your
most important thing after
profession?
ranked?
What's that?
You don't
Sure,
have to. I mean, only if you're
I'd love to
curious.
hear it. I'd love to hear it.
I want to hear it.
I don't know if we agreed, Toph. I think we might though. What I thought was, how Blizzard and everything, they have the hang on. What is it called? It's like the launcher, and they market. You're
Yes.
smiling, so you already know what I'm saying.
It's being worked on. It's being worked on right now.
So I've heard. It's being worked
That's insane. How are you getting the data about what to market though? See, that was the challenge in my head because I don't know what's going on. So
This
I don't know what's going on in this community. I'm trying to enter tournaments. There's like 1 billion of them, but I can't find any to enter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking to me about marketing, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I don't know.
I think okay, so like this was what I was talking with Bobby and at the end I was talking with A-Truck about is like there's like a very real problem in the Melee community where people don't know what to care about necessarily. There's a lot of people that kind of know about Super Smash Bros. Melee as an awesome game. But like there's a lot of people that are more casual fans and more fringe fans and maybe they watch EVO and maybe they watch Genesis that don't really know that there are events that are going on outside of that, right? And there are a ton of people who I feel like there's so many people are playing so much Melee right now. Like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, myself included, are playing more Melee now literally than any year before ever. And yet, it feels like there's, I don't know, when I look at what people are saying on Twitter, like more casual, like general esports fans, there's a lot of people that are saying like, oh, Melee like is kind of on a decline, right? Like Nintendo C&D, you guys' big tournament or whatever, like there's not really tournaments or whatever going on. So I kind of feel like, how could it possibly be that we have so many players and yet viewership is hurting, So like, can't we funnel, you know what I mean? Like there should be some sort of feedback loop to kind of direct one to the other and vice versa, I feel like.
It's so unfortunate we weren't able to like change around the perception of the C&D, like with all the effort we put in, but
yeah, and I feel like we, I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I mean, I think people, I don't know, I guess they think that like we can't continue with a tournament being C&D'd, but I don't know.
I think people really empathized with our scene and they were like, damn, that sucks, and like, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like they were like, well, I guess there's nothing you can do. Like the iron fist of Nintendo, I guess you can't. So I guess you guys are screwed. That sucks. Sorry. Maybe that was the perception, which is not really true, right? Like we're trucking on in spite of that. SCL is around the corner. Summit 11 after that. We're definitely going to have big tournaments starting up. And certainly, when offline comes back, there's going to be big offline tournaments as well that are certainly slated. But yeah, I guess it's just, people only remember the most recent press they heard about a given thing, right?
Yeah, and I think the only other thing they would hear about would be like a Genesis or like some really big tournament, and that's it. So,
and those are the ones who have relationships with Nintendo. So those are the ones that are probably not going to happen, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean that's still a little unclear to me, but
my guess is that they only would be C&Ding ones that they have a relationship with, and that's why Big House is targeted and not the Ludwig charity one, for example.
No one tried again.
No one tried again. That's true.
True.
But who knows?
Summit also, by the way, right? Summit 10 went completely under the radar.
Nice.
Yeah. They have never had a partnership with Nintendo either.
Beyond the Summit. And they are like, if the argument is that, LACS, well, Ludwig's just one guy, blah, blah, blah. He's too small to go after in terms of, well, obviously Ludwig's not small at all, but you know what I'm saying. Summit, that doesn't quite apply because Beyond the Summit is a pretty reputable esports company. If Nintendo certainly knows of their existence and if they wanted to, they could go after them. But
Ludwig also did a charity tournament, which would have been pretty bad PR to shut down.
I had some other questions. Toph, do you have anything that you specifically wanted to?
Just at some point I wanted to say that I think at some point we should dig into the Slippi launcher idea with he said, I heard Fizzi say a certain set of words that he said, if you're talking about marketing, I don't know anything about that. And I was thinking maybe we can hook it up with I got a friend or two who knows a lot about marketing.
Yeah,
maybe we could
Is marketing the solution though? Like what I guess I want to know what you have in mind. What's that?
Is it a solution for what problem? When you ask that question, I think it's a very interesting question.
Well, I guess we should back up to that then. What do you guys think the problem is? Right? Is the problem that like the cat? Because I don't think anything Slippi does is going to reach the casuals.
Really?
Like, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I think at initial launch, I think a lot of casuals heard about Slippi. I think a lot of people that don't know about Melee were like, yeah, I heard about this thing and it's really cool or whatever. But I think that's it. That's the limit of it, right? They're not gonna follow me. They're not gonna follow the Project Slippi Twitter. I don't know how they would possibly see any news. Like, even if there's a launcher, like why would they boot up the launcher? Because I think like one thing I want to get into maybe at some point is like is Slippi and sort of Melee by proxy is it accessible right now? Because I have my own thoughts on that. And I hear a lot of people say like it's more accessible than it's ever been. It's so easy to get to play and stuff. And like, I think it's really hard to play. Like, I think it's really hard to get going. And
Agreed.
Like, you have to realize that who are we competing with? We're competing with like Valorant, League of Legends, like where all you have to do is you go on their website, you download the game, and then you're playing, right?
Yeah, you're right. Agreed.
And we have something. The problem is there will always be one thing we cannot solve, and what we can't solve is the ISO problem.
True.
We cannot solve it. There's no way to solve it, and getting an ISO is really, really hard. The proper way to do it, the right way to do it, is to have a Wii, to have a 1.0 disc, to get homebrew on your Wii, and then like get software to get your ISO off of your Wii with an SD card. It's like it's awful.
That's true. Let alone the hardware, right? Not everyone has the controller adapter. Those are scarce. Sometimes. Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's that is that's there's probably nothing that any of us can do about that, which is
But we're not looking for the top of the gaming funnel. We're looking for people who have tried Valorant, they've tried all that BS and they realize that it's not scratching the itch, they need something deeper, something meatier. Something that's going to have that staying power and something's going to make it feel something in their heart. Well, that's a great question.
Marketing problem?
That's a great question. And I think that some people will probably get to the front door, We can't I agree that at a certain point we can't control who gets to the front door, but god damn it if we can't make it easy for them to open that. You know what I mean? We can make it easier for them to take those first steps. And I think that watching is a big part of playing, personally,
Yeah.
true.
And that's kind of that's what I feel is that's resonating with me about what people talk about nowadays. Like, I don't know what to watch. There's just a part of the problem is that there's so much, and we don't have a way to it's like the people looking for the gold in the stream. Like we need a way to kind of pull out what's really important and to just elevate the things that need to be watched, I guess.
It's kind of like what what is it, Melee Stats and them are doing with When's Melee. I think that's Melee Stats' project, but it's like, that's like a web page that you have to know to navigate to, right? Like, not everyone's going to navigate to When's Melee, to figure out what tournaments they want to watch. I will say.
Go ahead, Toph.
Well, I was just going to say, even before we get to the problem of like the true casuals and how to bring in, how do we compete with Valorant? Even before you get to that, people like me and Bobby don't know when the tournaments we should care about are. I embarrassingly the other week I was commentating Galint Melee Open that weekend. I had forgotten that it was going on that weekend. Like, I was like, what am I doing this weekend? Like, do I have a free weekend? What am I streaming tomorrow? And then I was like, oh shit, I'm commentating Galint tomorrow. Oh, I'm like, why is no one tweeting about it?
I know. Is it just that Toph and I are idiots?
I should be tweeting about it. Like,
is it just that we should be embarrassed about the way that we conduct our lives?
I don't think so. I don't think it's just you guys, because I think I also was like, oh yeah, it's Galint today.
Right.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out. And the only reason I know is because I browse Twitter and it's like people are like talking about it, like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree.
Even before you get to the turbo casuals, like, you can solve the problem for people like us, and that's pretty good. Because think about all the people that watch Galint on Sunday during top 8 because everyone's tweeting about it versus the people that might have been watching at the beginning of the stream or something like that. It's night and day, and I think there are a lot of. There aren't like League of Legends or Valorant number of like, medium core, I don't know what to call them, Melee players or fans, but there's a sizable chunk, and I think even if you mobilize those people, like, that's like pretty good, because that's enough to get something trending on Twitter, probably. If everyone in the Melee community is hype about some Melee event, we've gotten tournaments trending on Twitter before, and then the general esports audience picks up on it from that, and there's some kind of effect that happens there.
Yeah.
So it's something.
Yeah. I mean, it's true that I think what I was going to say before is like that is our funnel, right? I think like the only way we get people in is they find out about a tournament, they watch it, they're like, oh my god, this is so cool, and then maybe they get the itch to try it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The inspiration has to come from somewhere. I mean, I remember watching Evo was why I played Street Fighter 4. I just saw Haitani and I was just like, dang, this is so cool. I got the itch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think with Melee, even for me, like, I think Melee, what got me into it was the Genesis 1 Grand Finals, right?
Oh.
Primarily. So it's like, and I think, what did that just get voted as the best set of all time? So, I mean, that was a good set to watch.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I knew about it. Like, I had people that were playing, and I was like, I don't even know if I was, like, loosely considering it. I was like, maybe played it a little bit, because I was playing Brawl at the time, and then I saw that set, and I was like...
Were you there? Were you in the building?
I was not. Okay. I was in Montreal at the time, and I was like, I need to play this game. I need to actually commit to this game, because I was also like starting to get a little disillusioned with Brawl, and so I was like, yeah.
Well, we're lucky.
Yeah,
we're lucky that that's
There's like
happened.
a separate world where Brawl got rollback, and people were playing Meta Knight Dittos at speed.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, probably more people play, PM or P+ than Brawl, right? I would assume. I don't know. Maybe that's not true. I'm not sure, but
probably.
At least on the competitive side, I wonder if there's still some casuals out there playing Brawl. Probably not. I would assume they'd just be playing Ultimate.
Yeah, you just play Ultimate, Man.
I gotta check out this. People are talking about Blippi.gg. I don't know anything about it, but I gotta check it out.
Yeah, so somebody compiled a bunch of different resources together into one website, which is useful. I think it's good to link that to maybe newcomers so they can find a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best branding, I would say.
Blippi?
It's just another word that you need to know. It's not connected to anything else, but still.
Everyone has been using the changing a couple letters at the start. We got so many of them.
Slippi and Drippy and
Slippi.
Blippi is also the name of a child entertainer on YouTube that my son watched some Blippi videos. It's just a dude who dresses up in a funny way, and
it's good for him, man.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Blippi.
He says that?
Yes, he does at the end of every video. You know why? Because he wants to teach the children to search for his name on YouTube. To get to more videos. To get to more videos, dude.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
It's clever. I mean, he's got it down.
Yeah. At least he's got a scam that he's running. That's the thing. What's our scam? We're not running any scam right now.
We're not. We're too
you know
honest.
Yeah, I know. We're way too honest, dude.
We're honest.
We're way too honest.
We're just trying to play honest, noble Melee, but in real life isn't.
You gotta have some scam, dude.
You gotta have some kind of scam. You got to.
Which is why I think Ludwig is a good.
You need a little bit of bullshit.
Ludwig's, you know what I mean? He's a scam artist, dude. We gotta have him help us with what scam we gotta run.
Yeah. Dude, I thought it was so fun. I was watching. Is he done?
And then the game will speak for itself, right? But we gotta.
Yeah, right. We gotta get them in the front door.
Gotta try.
You need a way. You need a way to start your combo up. You get him with the cheeky Falcon Raptor boost. Once you get him in there,
I appreciate the.
We can do the up airs. We can do the knee.
Yeah,
but
that's right. But I appreciate the perspective that Fizzi's offering. That there's the whole landscape. It's a wild world out there, and we can't solve this whole problem or whatever, but I think we could do better than what we've got today.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like one thing that we talked about a lot is just like tournament advertising somehow.
Yes.
Right? Which once again, I don't think is a Slippi thing, right? It's more like how do we get? Because I think people find out about Slippi, right? Like I think that's not an issue.
Thank you for the 5 gifted.
Like I think people finding tournaments is.
Thank you so much.
Hard watching and what gets them to watch. That's the door.
That is the door. Do you agree, Fizzi, that like I don't know, man. I was just saying I was saying to Bobby, like, dude, I keep running into people that on Slippi that like I totally just thought they stopped playing. Like I feel like I feel like everyone you thought doesn't play Melee anymore does play Slippi. Like I keep running into people who haven't entered a tournament in 5 years. I'm like, oh, it's this guy. Oh, it's this guy. I run into so many people on rank. I just feel like there's so much activity in the playing aspect of Melee right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like to an actual Melee player, it's like, or someone that even has played Melee before, if you don't have that many things to do and you still like Melee, who doesn't like Melee eventually? Right. Like, you're not going to stop liking Melee. And maybe you don't have like enough commitment to go to a local and you didn't before because you just didn't care enough, but if you could just install it on your computer and like play whenever you want for 30 minutes, why not?
Yeah.
That's gotten me to play more too.
It's so sick. It is so sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I've heard from a ton of people that stopped playing that like were just playing again.
Yeah.
I just wonder, like, is there some way to, like, how do we? I don't know. I mean, I think it's really awesome because I think at the end of the day, how much people care about playing the game is that's one of the most important metrics. Like playtime being up is really important for the health of the scene. Period. And then you know everything from there is almost kind of it's kind of like, because this was the problem back in the day. We didn't have this ability, right? Like I didn't have the ability to play Bobby Scar whenever I wanted. If anything, we're in a really, really good spot right now, I feel. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely super excited to see when offline tournaments come back, because I've seen a lot of ideas integrating the strides we've made in online. I've seen stuff like online qualifiers into offline, invitational or something like that. All kind of formats like that, which is really dope. And I had this whole conversation with some people in my stream the other night about like what's gonna happen to locals when locals come back. Like, are weeklies gonna be way bigger? Are they gonna be way smaller because everyone's used to not having to drive to play good Melee anymore? Like, and I couldn't really predict. I tried to map out the whole I tried to run the whole Matrix simulation in my head of like, okay, locals are back. What do those look like now? Are they dead because everyone's at home playing Slippi, or are they popping because people will play a bunch of Melee? And I couldn't figure out what that looks like. I could see it going so many different directions.
Yeah, I think it'll depend on the location. Like, I think some regions will probably be bigger, some will be more dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think if before you had a weekly that was like 3-4 people, that might just be dead. But I think if you had one that was maybe a little bit bigger than that, I think maybe those have a chance to grow. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's not the. I mean, the thing is, like, we can look. That's how we've always done things, and I think that's great. But we can look to other games, right? And it's like you also mentioned the online qualifier to the live event. That's like kind of the natural progression. That's what almost all games do, right?
Right.
So, and I think the same thing like with potentially locals. If you look at other fighting games, I mean, you can play other fighting games online. People still do locals. It's not like they're dead. Maybe not everywhere. Maybe they're a little harder to find. Who knows? So yeah, I mean, obviously we can't predict it, but I don't think locals are going to be dead.
Yeah,
personally.
I could see monthlies in particular. Like I could see weeklies having a harder, time drawing, their usual crowd or whatever, perhaps. But I could see monthlies where, like, if there's like an established local where, like, everyone sees it as like this is our place to go hang out. Because, dude, I mean people miss their friends.
Yeah,
I miss my friends. I'm definitely gonna go to like every local for like a little while just to see people again. I think.
As we talk about this, it keeps striking me, Fizzi, that I feel like you really are kind of like the de facto president of the community because you have so much power now. Okay, and what I mean by that is that I could imagine like some QR code thing where you like use your Slippi ID when you go to tournaments, and that there's some kind of recognition there, and that like now we've got the Melee, like it's like your Melee passport. And that
so
would be
cool.
that has a potential to be pretty cool, and you can kind of like it bleeds over where who actually is an in-person participant versus who isn't. But I feel some kind of way about it because I don't want to put additional pressure on you. It kind of reminds me of like with Samox when he was doing the first documentary and the second. It's just there's a lot of it's kind of cool, it's really cool that we can do stuff, but I also don't want to. I feel like I'm guilty of pushing my ideas on people, so I'm obviously cautious about that. But I'm sure that I'm not the only one.
This is why I don't promise anything, Scar.
I think that's genius to not promise anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a mistake promising ranked already.
You feel like you made a mistake, like you sleep worse at night because you.
Yeah, probably. I'd probably be better off if I just had never said anything. But regardless, I mean, I think I'll keep supporting, Melee after ranked, and what form that comes in is to be determined. I think obviously having like some kind of Slippi ID, some like profile, and like maybe some like attendance statistics and stuff. I think that stuff's all cool. It's like when I talked about like what angle do I take after rank, that's one possible angle, right? And it's like is that the right angle? I don't know.
Yeah, and how do you define ranked, and what are your goals? Because I mean that becomes really important.
What are my goals for ranked specifically?
No, just for what would bring you personal fulfillment, because I would love for our ideas to be for us to be moving together, as opposed to say the community has one idea but you've got a different idea, and then there's some kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how we want to see the community grow and blossom.
Yeah, I mean at the same time though, obviously if I'm the one doing the work on it, I have to be interested in that work.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Or otherwise I won't do it anymore. And that's what's happened with my past jobs, where it's just like I'm not interested anymore. I just don't want to do it, and so I stop. Right.
Been there.
Plus one, man.
Yeah.
It's like
but yeah, I don't know.
It's like a prison to have to do work you don't care about. I would not want that for you. I wouldn't want that for anybody.
Yeah. It's worse when you're working a job because you're like you need to work but you don't want to, and then you slow down, and then you feel bad about slowing down because you're like, and you get in this really awful cycle where it's just like, this is terrible.
It's all negative. There's no like positive that comes out of that. Like everything you said in that spiral, it was all negative things. It's like, you don't want to do it, so now you're not doing it, but that feels bad. And then you're like slowing down, you're like, that feels bad. Then you're like, maybe I should do more work, but doing more work sucks. You don't want to do more work. That feels bad.
Yeah,
there's no like good part of that.
I want you Fizzi to be doing work that you care about. And I also want, I don't know. I want to. I just would love for everything to be good.
The good news is I like doing stuff that has impact, right? To some extent. So it's like, so it's not that I'm probably not gonna pick something that is just like, oh my god, this is so cool, but it's useless.
Right.
I'll pick something that is it's like cool but also useful.
Yeah.
Because that was what that's what I did with rollback. I was like, what do I work on for Slippi? Because I could have worked on a lot of things, and I was like, dude, rollback is easily the most exciting thing I could work on. Not necessarily even from an impact standpoint, but and I knew there was some impact. There was less impact before COVID, and I was like, I need to work on this. It's just so
hype.
cool. Like
So
imagine
dope, dude.
imagine I pulled it off, right?
We live in that timeline. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I can't believe it.
We actually do live in the chosen timeline.
You already
Dude, I mean,
did it, dude.
what would netplay tournaments would be dead if rollback wasn't a thing. No one would want to play it. It just wasn't good enough. Remember the old reads?
The spectator experience. Like even that, I remember watching tournaments before rollback came out, right? And it was just miserable. I'd watch it and I'd be like, these top players are terrible. They're not terrible, obviously, but like they can't play.
Yeah.
And then after rollback came out, I was like, oh my god, good sets again.
Everyone's playing good again. That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's funny. I just realized, because Slippi was around before. I think you did such a good job, you did a good job in combination with the fact that you were right that rollback was just the most important feature to work on. Because I think everyone in the community now, basically when they think Slippi, they think rollback netcode. That's like kind of the, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that's like the defining feature.
Yeah.
Whereas Slippi was around before you did rollback. Like Slippi, there was replay saving and that kind of stuff, and that
mirroring, improved stream quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stats. You could have replays from all the consoles in the venue and stuff like that. And that was really cool. But like, I think you were so correct, because now I think people say Slippi and they're like, oh yeah, rollback. You know, it's. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you get this a lot. But I don't know. I'm trying to just make it a point to compliment people more, and be positive and things like that, because you never know whose day you're gonna brighten up. But yeah, Slippi was. I mean, Slippi rollback was like, when I think of good things that happened in 2020, it's like the first thing that comes to mind. Like, there's a lot of bad things that happened in 2020, and then I'm like, but there was Slippi.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, well, that was pretty good. That's kind of it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm sure you get that a lot, but. Just want to express that.
I mean, it's great. I'm excited that it had the impact it did. Obviously, I don't think it would have had the same impact if it wasn't for quarantine and lockdown and stuff. But I still think even then the impact would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But I'm glad it brightened people's year a little bit.
Absolutely.
At least.
Are there? I'm sure that you have some data, like about how many people are playing, etc. Like, is that something that does that get released ever? Do you want to have that released ever?
I don't want to share it.
Okay.
And I have reasons for that. But it's not something I've been publicly sharing.
Yeah.
Got it.
I was wondering how it compares to launch, but I've thought about it, I've thought that probably at launch, a shit ton of people bought that game and played it.
I didn't have data at launch anyway, so I couldn't tell you.
I mean, at the 2001 launch, because we could just look at sales. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It would just be crazy to think that more people are playing now than at launch, but I don't think that's true, actually.
No, so
the more I sit and think about it,
probably not. Yeah.
I bought it at launch, right? And I turned.
But then I was also thinking how many gamers were there, and like GameCube sales, but probably way more people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty sad if you looked at those numbers.
Okay.
I would guess.
I wouldn't be. I don't think I'd be sad, but I feel you.
Yeah.
I had a couple questions about just about ranked, if I may.
Sure.
These are just like product manager questions. So the first thing that came to my mind, I'm thinking about with my kid. Some things are privileges, and if you don't behave well, we could take away your privileges as the parents. And I just had a question. Fizzi, if you had any thoughts around, using the stick of banning people from playing in ranked as a deterrent for some of these bad behaviors that maybe are more difficult to catch programmatically.
Yeah, I've thought about it. The problem with bans is it requires a lot of moderation. Right. It requires sort of this human intervention.
Yes.
It requires you to be able to report people.
Yes.
And so it's kind of not ideal.
Yes.
Because we don't want to swamp ourselves with handling reports and bans and
free mango,
appeals and
Oh man,
all that stuff, right?
And building UI around that and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard. If we can come up with an engineering solution, I think that's just better.
Absolutely.
For us. But I think banning will still have to be a thing. It already is a thing. We do ban people. And usually what people get banned for right now are having slurs in their names, right? Don't put slurs in your names.
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So, you know, and obviously too, like once we have ranked and you have more of a history and like, you know, you have like your match history in there and your records and stuff, hopefully, a ban will hurt more too, because it'll just be like, oh yeah, all this history you built up is just gone.
Right.
Yeah.
I was also curious about the you know, the matchmaking and how certain folks are newer, you know, and they're not in the kind of, you have that separation. Like, can anyone just jump into ranked? Is that the idea?
Yeah. I mean, I think anyone should be able to jump into ranked. I think a lot of people won't want to. I think there's a lot of people that are sort of casuals that don't like having their rank shown or like talked about. Like for example, if you're bronze in a game, maybe you just play casual for a bit and get better, right? So that's probably why I'll keep unranked MMR to some extent. Maybe I widen
separate
it
from your ranked MMR.
Yeah, separate from the ranked MMR. Maybe I widen it a little bit when rank comes out. I don't know, but I think it's still important for people to play and get better in low stakes matches, and I think it's important that new people don't get bodied every game. Because for a lot of people that is not fun.
I don't see unranked, like for me, even as a player, and I think probably for a lot of people, I don't see unranked as just going away. Like I don't see unranked as being a thing that I won't touch anymore. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there will certainly be a place where it's like, you just want to play a wider skill range.
Unranked is friendly. That's the goal, right? And that's why you stay in with the person for as long as you want. Whereas ranked will probably be like, you know, a best of 3, and then you're done with that person. Right.
Wow.
We're done here.
We're done here. With this person.
Yeah.
Dude, on the subject of ban, I was just thinking of something that I saw last night. I was watching, Ludwig was streaming Melee last night for a little bit, and he was just playing on rank. He found a cheater or a bot. He found a bot opponent. He DM'd you?
He DM'd me, and I was streaming at the time.
It was weird. It was like this Peach player, and he'd walk around, clearly not a human, and then he'd perfectly power shield your move.
Wow.
And then he hit him, and like this guy like teleport smashed the eye like across the stage. It did not look human. It was very strange. Now, the guy wasn't very good. It wasn't like a good bot, but it was clearly
It's unclear if it was a bot or like some kind of cheater that was trying to do something at this point. Yeah, I think I suggested a Ludwig that it was a bot because and what I asked him to do was to just play but not move, because bots behave really weird when you just like don't move. They like don't know what to do, so sometimes they'll just stand there too, right? So I wanted him to play it and just not move and see what it did, but unfortunately it had already left. So he couldn't do that.
The bot.
I know there was.
We'll look more into that. I think I asked Ludwig for the replay. I haven't got it yet, but maybe eventually I'll get it. And I think even just looking at the replays and like the inputs and stuff, we could maybe figure out a little bit more about that player. Because I agree, it was definitely very strange.
It was weird looking.
Street Fighter 4 had a bot player, or maybe it was a cheater. I'm not sure, but I just remember seeing folks match up with this specific account.
It's on YouTube.
It was that big buff guy, not Zangief.
Yes.
Not Cody. I forget his name. Abel. I hated that character. Tool Assisted was the name of the account. So it was probably.
What did they do with him? Did they ban him eventually, or?
I don't think so. So there's some precedent.
You never played it.
That's another thing to think about for ranked. You guys don't want to be playing against bots every game.
Absolutely not.
No, I mean I don't think it's a big problem right now. I've never personally reported one.
It's not a problem right now.
Just make him solve a captcha, dude. Just point out all the fucking Just drag the little thing over on the slider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the biggest problem to solve. I don't think that this is like some sort of rampant thing that's going on. It is funny that this guy was, probably testing out his bot thing or whatever, and he happened to run into, the only person streaming Super Smash Bros. Melee in front of 35,000 people at the time. So,
Yeah.
that's like bad luck, I guess, for him.
Well, it's interesting anyway.
It is interesting.
It's interesting.
Maybe it's good luck.
Probably
I don't know.
good content.
Yeah.
True. True.
Do we have anything else on the agenda, Toph? That was my question. I was just thinking about like the phased rollout. But I just wanted to offer 2 cents.
I mean the main thing I wanted to talk about was the marketing, the Melee's marketing at the top of the funnel, man. And that was the realization that I had was that, I think Slippi has done a ton of things to make everything below awareness has gotten really, really good. I think like it's so easy to stay in once you're in. I mean, maybe this is maybe it's Fizzi. I think said something that was really good, which was that maybe it's just not Slippi's problem necessarily to solve because the ultra casuals aren't going to be on Slippi. But yeah, maybe it just feels like a bigger problem right now because we don't have offline tournaments. You know what I mean? And maybe that's just
maybe.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, if we start having, Genesis, Shine, whatever again, like, it'll... I mean, that definitely solves part of the problem.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus,
there's
man.
just, like, so much that an in-person tournament kind of implies, because people have to book travel. You really have to think about it. But I've just been thinking about that. Like, people talk about it and think about it a lot more when it's an in-person event.
Bobby, speaking of in-person events, by the way, SCL. I guess that's not necessarily in person for the competitors, but we're probably going to go down one of those weekends.
How's that DM going? Does anybody reply? Are we doing it?
We're doing it, for sure.
I'm stoked,
I told
dude.
them.
I'm vaxxed. I'm ready to go.
I theorized that... You're moving, right? You're moving pretty soon?
I'm moving this weekend.
Oh, dude, good luck with that.
Thank
you.
you.
Need help? You don't need any help. But if you didn't need any help...
I'll let you know. If you want to come kick it and help me move stuff out of... Dude, Thursday, there's no work. Twitch has 2 days off Thursday and Friday, dude.
I could swing by.
Dude, that actually could be so hyped. We could just do a stream here. We practice a little bit on Friday. Because Friday, I'm doing Mango training and rollback rumble.
Rollback rumble.
Maybe we could practice on Thursday. We could move some stuff out of the storage unit. I have a storage
Well,
unit.
I told Aiden, I said, Bobby's moving soon. And I think the furthest away date from that would be the final weekend. So maybe that would be a good week. You're going to be settled in at that point.
Mm-hmm.
We could drive down. Get some in-person Scar and Toph commentary for the final weekend of SCL. When the stakes are the highest.
That sounds good.
Ooh, baby.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah. Bring Fizzi. Fizzi, you want to come?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Make it happen. Little baby road trip. Sounds like dude.
I'm really happy to hear, Fizzi, that you do feel supported, and that you're feeling good about just continuing on with your work with Ranked. I'm really encouraged to hear that. My greatest fear was that you had other things on your mind. You're worried about cash money, if you weren't feeling comfortable, if your mind's all separated and stuff. But I'm happy to hear that you do feel supported and like you've got the help you need. If you need more help, I mean, we want to help.
Yeah,
that's all I can tell you.
Help. And I think
that's
a lot
all
of
I
people
can tell you.
This is, I think, a general theme in the Melee community. People want to help, and sometimes they don't know how.
Yeah, man, it's the same thing with the marketing thing. I feel like people want to watch and they don't know where to. You know what I mean? People want to do more than they're able. And I feel like that's what Slippi rollback is helping with so much, is that people have wanted to play and they couldn't. Now they can.
Yeah.
So the more connecting we can do, the better I feel. The better I sleep at night.
And you're good at that, Bobby. You're good at connecting dots, I feel like.
I try.
I feel like that's actually like one of your superpowers. Is I feel like you're really good at being like, there's this thing and there's this other thing and there's like a need and a everything I've ever talked to you about with your work at Twitch too. It's just like, I feel like that's if anything, I feel like when you lament to me about issues at Twitch, it feels like you want to do more of that, and you don't feel like you
more.
have the power to. But you have the power to in Melee.
Maybe.
Because, like,
But I remember when Samox first posted that he was doing the documentary and the fundraiser, I definitely pissed him off, dude. I was like, oh, yeah, we gotta... Because I had too many ideas. Too much connecting. And I remember that, you know? When I do something that's too much, I always remember it. And I think maybe I overcorrect. So, Fizzi, I very much want to respect your ownership of your own work. This is I'm in the peanut gallery. You can ignore me. You can ignore me. But I do have ideas and I have excitement and it comes out.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I do too, and you know sometimes things combine and connect, and you come up with even better ideas. So
that's right.
As a team, but yeah, I mean I definitely want to keep working on it. That's not to say I haven't considered other things that are also potentially related to Melee, but also like in the future. You know what do I work on? And it's like that I have a lot of other things. Some things I don't want to talk about yet, and then other things are like I kind of want to ask you guys this. There's just for funsies. I think this could be an interesting conversation. Is
okay.
How valuable do you think being able to play Slippi online on a Wii would be?
Oh. On a Wii.
On a Wii.
Oh, what? So you could play on a CRT, for example.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
What is the value in that? Because I want to preface this. I want to preface this by saying the work to get there is really hard, and it might not work. Which was the state of rollback at the very beginning, by the way, right? So, it could work, but maybe it couldn't.
It was not yet possible. Does Wii have Ethernet plug-in?
I mean, you can use the USB Ethernet things. That's how all the mirroring stuff is always done too. Usually, you have like you plug an Ethernet cable into your Wii, and then it beams it to some computer over on the LAN, and then the LAN computer plays it on Dolphin, and then you stream Dolphin, right? So yeah,
my chat is totally torn. Half of my chat thinks it's the coolest idea in the world. Half of my chat's like, eh. So wait, it solves the ISO problem, right?
You could. In theory, use a CD, yes.
Why in theory? Use a CD and not just the regular the mini disc or whatever.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
That's what you mean. That's what you mean.
Yeah, Melee disc, yeah.
Melee disc.
Yeah, it solves the ISO problem, potentially. It also one of the big things is I don't know if you guys have seen on Discord, but everyone's like. My inputs are dropping. Everything sucks.
Oh.
My computer is terrible. I don't know what to do.
Hardware problem.
Fixed hardware. Because dealing with PCs is an absolute pain in the ass. Because like there's Windows, there's everything. It's awful.
Would it be? Do you think is it possible for it to be cross-compatible with folks playing on?
Yes.
Well, that's a thing. Because basically, okay, what am I thinking? There have to be folks with a Wii, you know, and they have it hacked and homebrewed and everything. I don't know how many of those people there are, you know? In my head, I'm wondering how many of those people exist.
Is the barrier to entry of that lesser or greater than the barrier of entry to just getting Slippi running on your computer?
Right.
For some people. That's the question, I guess. And how many people like that are there?
Right. Because I think this is one of those things that it's like really cool to work on. I think it would be really exciting to try to get that working, and really hype if it worked, right? But, you know, it would be a hell of a lot of work, a hell of a lot of time, and is it more valuable to the scene to spend that time doing something else?
But it sounds like you're excited about it. You would like to do that work.
Well, maybe. I think I only want to do that work if I think there was a point, right? I think doing that work would be fun, but I think like if something has more impact and is also fun, I would probably do the thing that has more impact.
Yeah.
Right? Sure.
Yeah.
Right, because for me, I would just play on my computer probably. Like I don't know. Like I'm happy with my computer setup.
Right.
Except when I start the stream and it's dropping frames. And I know that there's people like I remember even what was that 2017? I went to Leffen's house in Sweden. I was there with Ben SW when we were going to DreamHack or whatever, and already in 2017 he didn't have a CRT, and that blew my mind. I was like, oh, you just play on your monitor? He's like, yeah, just play on my monitor. What's the problem? I was like,
yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, I guess you're right.
Are we gonna play on CRTs at tournaments? Like that's I think that has something to do with this question.
Right, Hax's nightclub runs monitors. I think there's gonna be. Yep. I saw Mango had a video on his YouTube that was like,
And does he use Wii's and he somehow connects the Wii to the monitor?
I think Hax's nightclub uses Dolphin, if I'm not mistaken.
They tried it first, and it didn't work out very well. So they switched
to Wii.
What do they do now?
They use Wii's and adapters, and it's actually funny because this kind of goes full circle.
It goes full circle. I know it's so crazy.
It goes full circle because I believe it was in 2014? It was in 2014. I wrote an article, my first contribution to the Melee scene, called "Ugh, This TV Lags." I don't know if you remember that article, but I was promoting monitors in 2014. Interestingly, I think you guys might have read that back in the day, because when you commented my set versus Lucian at EVO 2014, you were like, yeah, I've heard about Fizzi. I've heard his name. I don't know where from, though.
Oh, I probably did read this article, and I do remember that set.
Yeah,
Lucian was wearing a suit.
Yeah, Lucian fucking destroyed me. But but yeah, it's funny because that kind of loops all the way back to that 2014 article, which is like, okay, are we gonna play on monitors? Because we were talking about that back then, even, right?
Oh yeah.
I need the Wayback Machine, dude. Melee is dead.
Melee It On Me is the worst. I'm sorry. The website, I asked Tafo every 2 months. Hey, the website's down again. Can you
it's always down.
Can we give it to you?
I need to just put that blog post that I wrote. I need to put it on my blog and just be done with it, because that's ridiculous.
There was a tournament in I want to say it was even before that, man. I think it was 2013. Landhammer, Scar, I think you were there. It was Mango Pew Pew Grand Finals, and they ran the top 8 setup was on a monitor. Everything else was CRT, but the mainstream setup was a monitor. And I remember thinking, whoa, that's crazy. I think that, I mean, this was, to my knowledge, maybe the first tournament. This was Andrew Wu's tournament. Andrew?
Yeah.
He ran it when he was with...
it with him.
You did? Wow. It was on a monitor.
Silent Wolf and I think Zoo had some issues with it.
They were pissed about it. I remember the aspect ratio was weird. I remember I played it and I was like, I think this is like widescreen or something.
It was like widescreen.
Yeah, that's
kind of weird.
But I mean, when people leave it stretched, it's really awful.
I think they did.
Play on monitor, never do that. It's so funny how some people are not sensitive to that. When I see that, I like immediately cringe. Even Zane's stream, I think right now the aspect ratio is like slightly off, and I'm like, ah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if it's just the streamers' gameplays like that too. Genesis Red was all monitor as well. Yeah, so we've done it. We've definitely done it.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem was Landhammer was 2013. We just needed your 2014 article. Your 2014 article hadn't come out yet, so we didn't know about the aspect ratio. I mean, there's probably like I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I see Sheridan in the chat. Like, I'm kind of curious from like a TO's perspective. Like, how much of a barrier is the CRT problem to TOs wanting to run a tournament? Like, the thought of like, oh god, I gotta lug around those heavy CRTs. Does that stop real TOs from wanting to have Melee at their events? Because if so, we should get off CRTs. I don't know.
It's really interesting. I feel like I'll definitely think about it more. And to your point, maybe there's other things that are just as interesting and more impactful, but this seems like it's something on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something to consider for sure.
Yeah.
It just depends on whether I dump the time into it. And someone in chat said run a poll. And I think the problem with running a poll on something like this is like, you run a poll, you're like, hey, do you guys want this? And everyone's like, yes!
Because why
like,
not?
Okay,
right.
Well, that's...
Yeah.
And it's like, the problem is, it's not like, hey, do you want this? And it's like, of course we want this. It's just like, it's always about prioritization. It's like, what is the most important? What do you spend your time on? These things take years potentially to build. You can't just want everything.
Time doing this is time not doing that.
Exactly. It's always
like, I saw your poll about like doubles versus ranked or whatever. So I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, doubles is interesting because of like the diffusion of responsibility and stuff. You know what I mean? So there's definitely things to consider there too. Like it could be better for. I just remember when I was new to the game, doubles was more fun for me because I had a teammate who was better than me, and so I had more of a chance of winning. You know, just like Fizzi was saying, it's not fun to load up the game and get stomped by everybody.
Yeah. You can get stomped sometimes.
Yeah.
I think most people can accept like a whopping every now and then. But,
Absolutely, but not
but
every.
if you get stomped
single,
every game, if you get stomped every game,
it's brutal.
It's too much.
It's brutal.
And having somebody to help is really nice. Could almost imagine like a progression, some sort of progression where you've got like the noobs, and then the best noobs are a team against the two middle noobs, you know? So that the true noobs can always have somebody to carry them, and they can get used to the game and something. You could imagine it, but I'm just sort of saying there's a lot what you could think about. I feel like you've got a lot of freedom to do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, teams matchmaking is something people have mentioned for sure. I think teams matchmaking would be cool for teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think playing teams is pretty fun. I will say I don't love teams as a competitive experience personally, like both from the spectating side and maybe the playing side from my end, because I just never really got into it. But yeah, I think it is fun to play. I think if you could queue from home and like, you know, get a random teammate or like, you know, team up with somebody, I think that'd be cool. It's a lot of work. The UX involved in like, you know, we kind of like need a party system.
Yep.
Probably, you know, maybe that ties into like a friends list, which balloons the scope like crazy.
Yep.
So like, you know, doing something to support all the doubles use cases is actually just like, it's a lot of work. Maybe it's something we end up working on. So I saw some people in the chat asking about teams too. I just want to clarify that in the beta right now, like if you're subscribed to the Patreon, you can access the beta. There's a teams option in the beta, like it's just one of the top levels options. It's teams, and it works kind of like direct. You just need to get 4 people. You get 4 people to connect to the same code, the same lobby code. You just pick a random code, and you can play teams with rollback. But that's not matchmaking, right? It's just purely, purely just
direct. You got to do the matchmaking yourself in Discord.
Or I mean, so there is actually like a funny little trick that you can do, which maybe people will pick out on when it's public. But it's like, so it works with a lobby code, right? And it just like queues people into a certain lobby code, and then once it has enough people for that lobby code, it just makes a game. So you can actually use a common lobby code, right? Like you could have a lobby code like EC, East Coast, or whatever, right? And like everybody that wants to matchmake just joins the East Coast lobby, or East Coast lobby, and then like as soon as there's 4 people to get put in, and then the next 4 get put in, and the next 4 get put in, and so on. And it would actually kind of work. It's a little jank, but
I like a little
pick
jank
a
personally.
number though, right? Don't you pick 1, 2, 3, 4, or no?
No, that's for direct. In direct, you have to. Oh, you might be talking about the port, right? The
player port.
So in the doubles build that Enzyme released, you have to pick a port, but in the official version you don't have to do that.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, you just pick your color now. That's right.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, and obviously the first game, if you do that, it might be a little scuffed because you'll have like some people, you might have like a 1v3 or like something, but then you'll have to figure out. You'll have to keep trying until you eventually get the right team balance. But
right. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I haven't messed with the new teams build too much. I do see it in the menu though, and that's pretty cool. But going back to the thing about the do I build this Wii thing? It's. I think you're right. I think people are always going to say, because it's not really a question of do you want this versus do you not want it. It's like, does this solve a real problem that you currently have? Because like for me, it doesn't. For me, I don't really like. For me personally, I play on my computer and I'm happy with that. And I don't even have a CRT currently set up in my new apartment. But so it's really like what I'm the most interested in is like how many people does this solve a real problem for? And maybe there's some way to pull that, but you do have to be selective about your wording.
Yeah.
Because otherwise everyone's just like, do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. It's also tricky, even if you do like a poll with options, right, where you're just like pick these things versus each other, it's like I think almost nobody will have enough context to understand the impact of those things. They'll just pick one. They'll be like, "That's the coolest thing. Do it."
Dude, we have tens of people who work on creating documents and stuff to have just that conversation in the work environment, and it's still difficult to have that conversation in a clean way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a poll. Yeah. I'm always biased towards what is best for new folks and to get new folks deeper in, and so that's why mine would gravitate towards something like Teams, something to get like a new mode of playing that helps people who are like, whatever, maybe they have ladder anxiety, maybe they just, are just new or whatever.
You feel like unranked MMR doesn't solve that?
I think maybe it does solve it. I don't know. I guess I haven't seen the totally noobs.
If you want to see a good example of it, you could watch Garma Kilma. She streams, and like Leffen's been teaching her or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she streams her unranked sometimes, and I mean her MMR is pretty low because she's like
super
newer, and it's great. I mean, you watch her play, and she's playing other new people. That's dope. Like every game, and it's really cool. And I've been monitoring her stream, just like kind of seeing how it looks like at the bottom end. And I mean, it seems to be working pretty well. I think. There's always the person that's like, I want to play somebody good. To which I always ask, does that person want to play you? which is sort of another question, and because that's why you would get a lot of levers too. You still get a lot of levers, but
sure.
Yeah, well, it might solve the problem. I don't know, but that's really cool to hear that. That it looks like it's really helping, matching people up with people of equivalent skills, so that people feel like they're really playing the game and not just getting stomped.
Anecdotally, I feel like I'm as someone who's not on the bottom end, I feel like I'm running into way fewer people who feel super new, which probably means they're all playing each other.
Exactly.
So that makes sense. Yeah, I don't feel like I've run into like, oh man, this person really doesn't know what they're doing. I don't think I've had that in a couple weeks or maybe even a couple months. So that's
same.
Good.
It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. I've been playing recently, and it's like a lot of people I play are better than me.
Yeah, it does feel like it got harder. Yeah. I don't think I got worse. So I think it does feel like people are getting better, just anecdotally. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude.
So that's like the doubles thing I think is interesting for sure. Once again, a fair amount of work. Maybe we can sort of parallelize that. Maybe some contributors might be interested in tackling something like that. But to me, I'm not sure yet whether that's the most impactful. It could be.
Me neither. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. There's obviously also like building up the site, building kind of what I was talking about before, like sort of getting player profiles in where like your match history shows up. Maybe some cooler like replay analysis tools, that kind of stuff. To be honest, that kind of work interests me less in terms of actually doing it, but it's possible that kind of stuff is high impact. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Would you say that like creating those connections amongst people, like helping people find practice partners and stuff, is really
absolutely
people? Yeah.
I mean, Uncle Punch was like integral in helping get the first version of Slippi working, like the replay stuff, right? Like, he was huge. Incredible resource, and he put a ton of work. Like there's still a ton of his code in the repo for the replay stuff, right?
No shit.
And also kind of just like helping me gain confidence in sort of like writing my own code and making sure that I'm writing the code properly. Like I don't know if I could have got to the place I got without Uncle Punch. Wow. Like I don't know if I could have done rollback without having worked with Uncle Punch on all that stuff first.
Sam, he really is like the uncle.
Yeah. Yeah,
supportive uncle.
Super important. Crazy. For sure.
I didn't know that. That's really cool to hear.
That is cool.
Yeah, these days he's more busy, I think, with Akanea and kind of his own projects and like TM and stuff. So he hasn't, done as much direct coding. But even so, if ever I have like a question or I'm stuck with something, I'm like, hey, do you know like where this function is or like what it does or whatever? He just knows everything. he doesn't know everything, but he knows more than everyone else, I think, at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think programming lore like that is like super fascinating, for sure.
Yeah.
That's really cool to hear.
Who would you say are the folks who we really need to support? If you could issue the community, if you could tell us who
to support.
Yeah, because Uncle Punch has a Patreon too, right?
Of course, Uncle Punch's Patreon's doing really well too.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I think like I remember for a while, Slippi, like after the Slippi release, I think my Patreon was doing better than his for a bit, and then his just exploded. I think it was just like with the new training mode stuff. At least last I checked. I don't know where it's at now.
Actually, does he tie the Akane build to his own Patreon, or is that like a separate project from his?
I think it's technically a separate project. I think his Patreon is mostly training mode. Yeah, he has over 4K patrons. So.
Wow.
Yeah, but obviously supporting Uncle Punch, it's hard to know, like, it's hard to support everyone. We just like there's a lot of people helping out, like I said with Slippi, and I don't know how, like they would kind of have to make their own Patreon, right, and take their own donation. So helping contributors if you think that they've contributed a major thing, and so on, because it's we just don't have enough income to like make a real company or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of it is just open source. But it's also open source because I want this to be kind of more of a community-driven project to some degree. And I think that kind of goes back to our roots as well, right? As a grassroots community, it's like I think the power of community is what we thrive on. So it's like
I don't see any other gaming scene, to my knowledge, that really has the depth of this sort of contribution, community-based contribution the way we do.
Right. And I think like a lot of if you read some of my early stuff with Slippi, like my early I don't know what to call it, like rationale for building it, like a lot of it is getting other people involved. If you look at some of the stuff that has been done with Slippi files, it just makes data analysis easier. It makes like writing AI easier. And like people can like take the files and like do a ton of stuff with them, like it makes overlays easier. And like a lot of it was I wanted to take stuff that was kind of locked inside Melee, right? Like data that's just locked in Melee and getting to it is awful and you need to learn assembly. And I wanted to take that out, and now it's just a file, right? Or a stream, or however you want to consume it, and it's just data. And now other people can actually use it because it's not sort of locked in this unaccessible thing that no one knows how to use. So a lot of it was kind of I wanted to make it a community effort to really kind of work on and improve our software ecosystem.
I think that's really cool. Can I ask you you just said something that by the way, I've had as a random thought in my head that can I ask you this question? Would it be possible, because you mentioned building AIs, would it be possible with Fizzi's, the replay data that you have with Fizzi and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe you see where I'm going with this. Would it be possible to say, for example, if you wanted to make a Hungrybox bot?
Yeah. It's been discussed.
It's been discussed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you take all the data of all the HBox patches.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Train it.
Yeah, I talked with this a little bit to Esteban in the Hold Back the Block interview he did with me.
Okay.
And I didn't really go into detail. I just said like it was maybe a possibility. The truth is, it is a possibility. It's just really hard. I think first of all, you need a lot of data. You need a lot of data, and you need some kind of training model that can like extract the important stuff and like figure out how to play and like understand a game plan, and that is really hard. There's an AI channel in the Slippi Discord. People, talk about doing AI, and I don't think anyone's close to like to imitation learning yet. The person who made Philip AI tried to do like a
a bot that was like imitation learning based on anyone, right? Just like a whole bunch of like they just took like decent players, like replays from like tournaments, right? And they made it play, and it was kind of okay. Like it could recover sort of and do stuff, but it was not very good. It was not very good realistically. Like it can't play the game properly, or not very well.
All right. Yeah, I guess knowing what to trade it on, but it's theoretically possible.
Theoretically, it's possible.
I don't know why my chat has latched onto Wizrobe as the person that we need to replicate, but my chat has decided that we need to build another Wizrobe, so
AI Wizrobe.
Maybe that's where we start. That one seems easier somehow than all that.
I think it's a really cool area of work. Not something I would work on probably because the impact is probably low.
It's cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
really cool. I think
really
it's awesome that people are working on that stuff, for sure.
Imagine imagine there's somebody at who is this the most impactful for? Somebody who works at C9 because Mango beats Wizzy every time. Somebody who works at whatever esports team that knows how to do AI programming that wants to help their player have a better win rate against Wizzy. Ginger, you keep losing to Wizrobe. I work at Luminosity Gaming. Let me build you a Wizrobe AI to get you that Wizrobe training you're going to need to beat Wizzy. Maybe there's that. If Luminosity Gaming is any AI engineers, maybe that's your next project.
So that brings up another interesting point, which is like, who owns the replay files and who is allowed access to the replay files? Because if you imagine a world, if you imagine a world where you can do this, yeah, exactly, right?
How dare you?
So like, and does that mean that players won't want their replays to be public? Because I don't like that world, right? Like, if you look at chess, for example, like, and you can get PGNs of anything. It's like,
who owns those?
So, I there's just like repos, I think, like just like a bunch of people just like, because you could just watch the game and make the PG, like you just make the moves, right? It's a lot easier, I think, for chess, and maybe you can get less out of it than maybe you could in Melee. But I want to live in a world where like the replays are just kind of open, and you can access people's replays. I don't want to live in a world where people are like, I don't want to give others my replays.
Right. That would be a weird conversation. I feel like the first person to do that would be so frowned upon. Like the first person to say like, no, you can have my replay. I don't know. That'd be weird, right? I feel like that'd be weird. Couldn't you just like, I don't know. I mean, you're as the person who Slippi, like there's Slippi replays. I mean, could it just be written into your end user license agreement? Like, like I own these, and then by extension, you just publicize them every time.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, this conversation has come up with tournaments too, right? Because it's like, imagine you run a tournament and you get a bunch of replays, and then I have the replays the day of, but the VODs aren't up yet, and they want to monetize their VODs. They don't want the replays to go up right away because they're worried that would hurt their views, right? And that's something I've been accepting of. I'll be like, that's fine. I'll just like delay posting the replays until your VODs are up or whatever, right? But it's a conversation that comes up in a few spaces.
Sure. Fizzi, I feel like if there's a recurring theme in this conversation, it's that you've thought of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I feel like me and Bobby bring something up, and then you're like, yeah, well, actually, I thought about this, and and I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's funny because, obviously, like, people have ideas, and they come into the Discord, and you're like, this is the greatest idea ever. And it's like, well, I kind of thought through a lot of this, but I mean, it's still, sometimes you get new stuff. It's just rare. Obviously, when you're in it and you're thinking about it all the time, it's like, it's the same as if you worked like a tech job or anything, where it's like you've had so many discussions about everything that goes on, and then it's like the people on the outside don't have those discussions, and then they say something, and it's like, well, there's like a reason why that doesn't work, or it's like, or like we've thought about it and we can't prioritize it or whatever. There's just like so much context that goes into that stuff.
Dude, I hate that. I hate the nature of like, here's a cool thing, But we can't, dude, because like you mentioned chess, and I was just thinking, like, man, it'd be so, I don't know, I feel like it's so much easier in a game like chess to, like, you don't have to worry about, there's no like governing body like the way there is with Nintendo, where it's like, but this just prevents us from, because like, the game is too old. There isn't anyone who owns it that can tell you no.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Absolutely.
FIDE and chess.com, they to some extent are that, but only to a certain extent. And
yeah, they can't tell you to shut down your chess streams.
Right. No, absolutely not. Like nobody can really do that. And it's just like, think about this is like, since the Twitch DMCA stuff and the Big Us D&D stuff, it's just like one of the most, it's just like every day I think about it, I'm like, damn, dude, copyright law sucks.
Yep. I've thought about it a lot as well.
I wonder if that's like the biggest, dude, I don't know. I wonder if that's like the biggest, like one of the stock, like, do we have like, like the FGC is like Ultra David, like, do we have like a legal expert in the Melee community that can like, not that it's ever like become an issue in the past, but like, I just wonder if there was like a way we could get something like that to hold our hand through some of these.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we have that.
Blur says it's also Ultra David.
Sure. Well, he seems like a busy guy.
People are saying Biz.
We're fucked. We're fucked. End the stream. Oh my god, dude.
We love you, Biz.
We love you, Biz.
Spartans!
I don't know what he's up to.
What is your profession?
All right, well, this is hype.
Yeah. Anything
Looking
else?
forward,
From you, Bobby?
I'm looking forward to the future.
I am too. I'm looking forward to doing the Scar Toph show every other Tuesday.
Yes, yes. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. It's done. It's already done. It's already happening.
It's already done. Locked in.
I've even got my overlay.
Dude, your overlay's dope. I like your
It's fixed
overlay.
with font, dude.
No, it's good. It looks clean.
I like it.
It looks clean. I kind of.
I can't believe it came together on the fly like this. Is
That
that Alex 19 minimalist branding?
That's what it reminds me of. Dude, thank you. I actually couldn't put my finger on it. Thank you. That actually is what it is. Which in turn is a callback to Adult Swim.
Yes. Really. Yes, you just ripped off Adult Swim. But that's what we do,
We iterate, Bobby.
We iterate.
We delegate and we iterate. All right. Thank you, Fizzi. This was a super pleasure having you on for our kind of inaugural kickoff of bringing the show back at some sort of a regular capacity.
We'd love to have you on more if you're down. We'll just keep.
Yeah, sure. I'm down. Just let me know.
And if there's one thing Bobby said earlier that I want to kind of just harp on, it's like, dude, if you really do, if you ever feel like there's something we can help you out with, it's like, damn, I just want to be a coder. I just want to be a coder. I don't want to think about all this bullshit. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking about ways. I don't have a day job right now. I'm just doing Twitch and I'm doing YouTube. And I want to find more ways I can help the scene. So if you can somehow delegate some of that,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to help other people help you. It's tough.
Yeah. Because I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's the people that have been most successful, sort of helping support Slippi, are basically people that just go in and they're like, "Hey, I want to do this," and then I'm like, "Yeah, go. That sounds cool," and then they just do it, right? And I don't really talk to them that much. Yeah. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't work so well, because you end up getting something that's maybe not you can't merge it and so on, because not everyone has necessarily the skill set necessary. But my point is, it's like I haven't spent that much time trying to help other people help me, because it's just a lot of work, and I think it would just be a constant time sink.
Yeah. And it makes sense to me. I was definitely prepared to hear that, because I know I've just been in engineering conversations enough times to hear like adding more people to the project will not speed things up. I know that's a reality.
That said, if I do get to a point where I think there might be something valuable, I'll definitely reach out. I know who to talk to.
And that's good. And that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Patreon.com/Fizzi36.
36.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can also directly donate at slippy.gg/donate if you prefer to do that. Yeah.
Thank you for everything, Fizzi.
For sure.
I will be playing rollback later today.
Good to hear. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, man. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was the first guest of the new Scar and Toph show.
That's right. Oh, my Discord.
Fizzi the Ledge.
I'm up here. Oh,
I know,
God.
I know.
Oh, no, he left the Discord call. It's over, dude.
I know.
It's over, dude.
doing
Bobby,
my
what are
own.
you doing for the rest of the day?
That's a great question.
I'm not even gonna fix it, Bobby. I'm fucked. I'm just my head's down here,
Now
and
I feel
then
you, just
my
don't
shoulders
even-
up there
Just let it go.
in that corner. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. Your eyes are barely visible, like that one guy in Home Improvement,
From Wilson.
Wilson. I'm gonna look into for next step, dude. Mike Ross once said consistency,
Consistency.
upward trend. I'm gonna look into OBS Ninja for next time. I'm gonna see if I can get that figured out.
That's
so
a
that
good
we don't
idea.
have
Yeah,
a
that's a
problem.
great idea.
Maybe it's easy. I don't know.
You've got the YouTube uploads. Are we gonna do some?
Excuse me. Yeah, I got that. Got that under control.
Maybe we can do some whatchamacall, Spotify action.
Podcast.
Maybe.
How hard could it be?
Maybe.
A-Truck and Stans got it when they were still small time.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it.
I'm gonna walk the dog.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some Taco Bell.
Ooh,
I'll
that
get some
sounds
Taco Bell.
phenomenal. I am quite hungry at this moment.
Yeah.
I think
Have fun with
I'm
that.
losing my blood sugar.
Dude, I bid you a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Should we You're probably busy this time. Do people in chat are asking about the end of show set? Are we?
I'm down. I can do it. I mean, I have until 2. It's my idea. It's 12 to 2. We got 2 hours.
We do the end of show set?
You trying to do it? I'm down.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. We don't have stakes the way we used to name the show after the.
I mean, I can change my overlay.
I'd do that.
Toph Scar show. It's easy.
No, I mean that's. Oh right, you can right. You can change your. I see. Right, it's actually easier for you to. I'm gonna go back to native webcam. It's actually easier for you to change your thing than for me to do it.
So, does Slippi just not have music, by the way? Is there just no music? Can I not turn on the music?
Maybe you can go into the thing, you know? Maybe you go into the properties. Maybe it's one of those codes. It's like,
It's one of the codes.
Wait, let me try.
Can you use a slide thing?
Let me try. Dude, I wonder if my new
M
controller came in the
overlay.
mail.
Overlay.
Wait, I'm going to options. I'm going to try to turn it on.
I'm going to
Oh, no, yeah.
properties.
Oh, wow. No, yeah. It says that the music's on, but there's no music. It's haunting. Haunting silence. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they take it out for, you know, you had to, like, for storage, for data. They needed the data to.
Maybe, man.
I don't 100%.
Message
know.
with rollback. Wow. That is so shocking to me.
Wait, did I boot up? Am I in Fizzi right now? Oh yeah, I went to versus mode. I went to versus mode melee. I haven't got into versus mode melee in so long. You have to go into 1P mode online play, which is different. Okay, should I connect to you?
Yeah.
Yes. What are you, 434?
That's right, Toph.
Why'd you say it like that? Why'd you say that's right, Toph, like that?
I don't know.
You said it like it was wrong. I actually thought you were being sarcastic.
I
You
don't
were
know
like,
why I
"That's
said
right,
it
Toph," and
that
I
way,
was
but
like,
I
"Ooh,
did
maybe
say
it's
it that way. You're right. You're right, dude.
You said it like an ominous villain kind of way. You're like,
Scar number
there.
434. And
I'm
you
746. Shield Master.
Showmaster,
Let's
dude,
go.
I'm
Wait,
practicing
we should
my
start
shields,
on-
dude.
Should start on a real first stage, right?
What great ping.
You want to go to Battlefield?
Sure. Yeah, I've been
Shit,
going to
feel like
Stadium versus some Foxes.
Oh, let's do
and
Stadium. Wait, I like that. I really
Stadium.
like Stadium.
Yeah. I think
Wait,
maybe
let's ban.
I'm just...
Wait, I want to see what the banning is
Alright,
like
yeah,
when
let's
you.
do it. Well, who's
Okay, you
gonna
ban
ban
first. You ban first.
Fountain.
Okay. I guess Battlefield and Dreamland.
See
So
how
Yoshi's for
Stadium.
Stadium? Yeah, Stadium.
Dude.
All right. Yeah.
Out
Good
of
call.
your mind. Wow, it's really nice that FD is not a...
Yeah. I like it too, actually, in a lot of matchups. Right. I told you to work that into your game, and you did. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm a good listener, Toph.
And a good shielder.
I'm trying to be a good shielder, but I'm still not there yet, I would say.
What? I did the craziest slide off that I didn't mean to do. It was so good, but I just wasn't ready for how good it was. Oh, my recovery's too
sick
good.
angle, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, these little stutters might be on my end. I'm not 100% sure. Just gonna make sure. Ooh.
Oof.
Oh wow! Oh, that beat my bear. No kidding. I'd like to think that was a reaction. I'm not 100% sure.
It was... I think maybe it was.
I don't know. Oh!
Oh... Sometimes...
Yeah. My downer did 17.
That was just from down air?
Yeah. Oh, what a forte. Oh, that was beautiful. Ooh. Yeah, the little stutters are weird. I don't know what's causing those. Yeah. Spot dodge against Captain Falcon. Oh, shit. Oh.
It's not actually...
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to edge guard.
You can fake like you're going on stage and then not.
Pretty hard nowadays. I think I will go to... I'll try Dreamland.
Okay.
Ready? Go!
Yeah. Edge guarding Spaceys has been really hard. It was really hard in Training Mode Tuesday.
Interesting. Yeah, that was great shield usage. That was mastery of one shield that you just did.
That's what we're going for, Toph.
That was a good recovery. Oh no. Yeah. Oof. Oh. Nice. Oh, you tried to do that on reaction. Gravy Senior.
not hit the C stick.
Mm-hmm.
People told me to tell you that you're on 3 frame.
Is that what's fucking us up?
I don't know. I don't actually know what 3 frame does or like what it is.
I thought it reduced.
I would
Ping
assume so
problems.
too, yeah.
Is that bad? Should I not? Do we have to be on the same frame? Can someone let me know?
Thanks. Yeah.
Holy smokes. I don't think it causes stutters. Okay. The stutters mostly seem to have gone away. They were mostly in game 1 for some reason. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I should have known.
Oh
shit.
my goodness. Wow. No go in.
Yeah.
There we go. I think I'll just go.
Stutters
If I
are probably
just say
computer
game.
side for someone, says Fizzi. It's, yeah, if we're on the Fizzi, good thing Fizzi on chat. You don't have to be on the same one. Okay, good. It came from Fizzi's mouth. I'm content with
GG's opponent. GG's. I remember you.
that. GG. Oh, opponent? I remember opponent too. I was watching. I like this name was just opponent. Nice grab. Yeah, you had it. Oh, I'm too far away. I picked
Yeah,
too,
that was
too
a
sharp an angle.
crazy sharp angle.
Yeah. Oh, excellent grab. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Oof. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you got me. Okay, I went left, but I kind of did left too, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna go like that. Oh shit, that was a nice pivot grab. Okay, that upper was almost beautiful that I did, but
Yeah.
you can't live that at 116. Nice.
I guess trading with Stomp is fine.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually good. And a lot of the time people will miss the L cancel because,
Yeah.
like, you know, I gotta do my FD counter pick.
Fuck.
Gotta give it a try.
Fuck.
Oh, that was nice.
Ooh. Obvious.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Probably just have played it safe.
I don't know
On
if
the
I
ledge
can
or
crouch
something.
cancel it, but the shield worked.
That's
Dang, I
the
went so far. Nice. Sick spacing. You mangoed me.
What was the?
You nair,
Oh, Nair and then. Yeah. Oh, I thought the second one would combo. Oh.
dang, laser fucking does shield stun. It doesn't hurt your
Yeah, it's
regular
so
body,
weird.
but it shield stuns. God damn it, that actually really messed up that whole stock.
Oh, I shouldn't have got that.
Nice.
Thank you. Okay. Shield Master. The Shield Master wouldn't let us jump in there. A lesser shielder might. Oh, I'm not gonna kill you off that.
Why did it whiff so badly, I wonder?
I don't know. Oh, good. Need a longer combo there. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Jesus.
GG's.
Jeez, that was extremely close. Dude, your integration of the Wizzy Stomp that I told you to do like 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Wizzy Stomp's sick, dude.
It is making
Tech
it.
chasing is so hard.
Yeah, I definitely felt like. Well, you were getting a lot towards the end.
Yeah, you know what I did? I started reading the in place on the first, because the fucking in place is just so hard to get.
It's so hard,
especially
yeah.
because your DI is so good on the first throw, so I have to get like a really tight dash wave dash reaction.
Yeah, I'm definitely always trying to do like the down away DI or whatever.
Is there a difference between the Lord Stomp and the Wizzy Stomp? They're the same thing, right?
Yeah, they refer to the same thing.
They're also
refer
it's
to
also
same
the
thing.
Dark Rain Stomp.
Oh, is it really?
No, but I mean,
If someone says it.
he did. I mean, we all did that stomp.
Dude, I almost feel like you're so good at learning things, and like, okay, you're actually doing such a good job of being a student that I almost feel like your old bad habits are now almost inverted. Like, I was shine spiking you a lot because I knew you wouldn't do that bad habit you used to have. You used to have the bad habit of doing double jump aerial.
Yeah, I haven't. I know.
So at least 2 times that said, I definitely was like, he's not going to do the aerial because he's been such a good student, and we've been telling him not to do this.
Now you just shine spike.
So I ran off and shot spiked you. So on one end,
Where
it's a
before
good
I would
thing.
have been doing double jump nair, double jump up air, double
so I
jump
put a
knee.
bagger up. So I almost feel like so the good news is you're a really good student and you're really good at learning. And so the bad news is you probably I feel like you maybe
I'm gonna get new habits that
you're
are
so good at it. Exactly. but that's probably a good problem to have. I feel like that's way better than being
I'll
stuck in
figure it
place.
out. You know, I went 9-8 yesterday too. I lost so much yesterday in Training Mode Tuesday, but I think it's all good experience. You know?
I have a question I'm personally interested in.
What is it?
What was it like fighting that guy Lag? I've never fought. He looks insane.
He's good, dude. I think that.
What is it like?
What was it like?
I don't know. I've never fought a Roy like that.
I think that like with most low tiers, you kind of feel like you're losing. You know. So I felt like I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, you know? And like DIing in on certain throws, which lets him just forward smash me or whatever. And you know what else? I looked at the data and I got 0 to death like twice, which I don't think Roy can actually do. So I think that I was just playing too scared, to be honest.
I'd be scared.
Yeah, I think I was playing really scared. I think that Lag is really fucking good. But I just I don't think that the character should win the matchup, and I just feel like it's not a loss that I hope to incur more than a couple times.
Right? Yeah, you want to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like so. And then game 2, he took me to FD, and I actually, if I combo well, I could 0 to death him, and I was in the middle of a 0 to death combo, but I missed my double jump up air, and so I just up aired off the and died off the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So I definitely lost a stupid stock, and then game 3 he actually doubled 0 to death me my last 2 stocks. So that tells me that I was DIing like a fucking idiot, because I'm pretty sure that Roy can't consistently 0 to death Falcon.
He like needs you to DI in out of fear or something. Out of fear of the F smash.
Yeah, because I looked at the data, you know, the replays or whatever, and maybe I can show it. Let's see if I have the technology. Let's see, the Slippi desktop app. Yeah, you can see those last 2 stocks down at the bottom.
Yeah.
149% combo and 122% combo.
Wow.
Like, that is because I fucking am an idiot.
Sure. Yeah, I was just curious because I've never played that guy, and I mean I've watched him play.
He's very good, yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? This guy's crazy. All right, I'm gonna go to Taco Bell, I guess.
Yeah. And
are you going? No, you're gonna walk the dog. I was gonna raid you.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk the dog. Yeah, let's both raid. Do Scar and Toph raid.
Toph raid. I will be back online later. Just for people who want to watch me do things that aren't necessarily melee related. Me and Kona are gonna play the bomb defusal game tonight around 6 p.m. So I think that'll be fun. Might play some Fall Guys with A-Track after that. I don't know. Just dicking around, you know. I can't be doing serious melee stuff all the time.
I know.
Who are we raiding? Who's live?
Why don't you pick?
Zane? Zane live?
Are you gonna do? We gotta do Streets 112, right? That's the fine. That's.
Oh baby, yeah, dude. Okay, you do it. You pull it up, and then I will like watch your stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to do it hecka soon.
Okay. I'm getting ready to pull up your twitch.tv/Twitch_Scar. I'm so ready.
You ready?
Yeah, do it.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Legend. I've never seen a 113 and I never fucking will. 112, baby, to the day I fucking die. Yes! About time I get a fucking lucky break in this fucking game, motherfuckers, and I clutch the goddamn grenade launcher. That's fucking right.
It's a pleasure to do the Scar and Toph show again for y'all.
Right here, it's this one. My insane pace. Right here, this
We're
is
rating
the 112.
Zane, is that what you said?
Right here, yes! It's fucking it.
Toph?
I'm gonna have to.
Is he live?
I don't know.
I actually don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Can you pick who we raid?
I'm actually trying to avoid saying things because I'm watching your stream, so if I say things, it happens twice.
Dude,
You know what I
what
mean?
a rush! What a rush! Watch this. Watch when I get the grenade. Look at that. See how fast my pace is? Right in the fucking head! Yeah! Got a fucking 112, baby! That's right, you see that clutchness? I am fucking clutch! Look at this fucking line I take. I'm like, yeah, baby! Let's fucking do this! I wait. Right when he starts firing, to try to back boost me, the double. Body armor. 2 quick ones. I already know I'm getting there on the perfect line. Look at the fucking pace! 50, 49, 47, baby! That's fucking right! That's fucking it! Fucking pumped watching this one again. I waited to cinema too because I said, oh my god, it might be 112. And it fucking is! It fucking is, baby! Yeah! Look at me typing to you guys. You guys didn't believe me. I'm typing a storm.
I'm typing a storm.
Typing a
Dude, I fucking just got Streets 112 and it's not fucking coming on. Yes! I fucking did it! That's right! I skipped 113. I'm a legend. I am a fucking legend. I'm a fucking legend. Yes! I'm a fucking legend.
Nerd chills, dude. Nerd chills. It's like one of the great. It's like one of the great all-time, like,
Truly.
video game videos. Truly, yes.
Truly. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thanks again
That
for
we
watching.
will. All right, let's rate.
Probably Cody, right?
Cody live. Cody's live. Let's do Cody. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.com.
What is it? IBDW? Is that just his?
It's just IBDW somehow. He wrangled that one, which I'm impressed by.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy. What else can I say? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be
Scar Toe
back,
Show's back, baby.
That's fucking right. Woo! Peace out, guys.
Until next time.
Till 2 weeks from now.
And I will be live on Friday.
Fuck yeah. I'll probably watch.
Yeah, maybe you're coming over, dude, right?
I'll be in your chat.
I might come over.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
true.
We're going to talk
Yeah, I'll
about
hit you
it
up.
Thursday or
I'll
Friday.
hit you up. I'll hit you up.
Hype.
Peace out.
Later.